Hello guys, hope you're doing well. This is TJ and you're listening to Beyond the Ring podcast. This is my review of NXT UK, and this week's NXT UK was a very good show. I enjoyed the show. All the three matches were very good. So before we get into this review, please be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel for all wrestling content, for more wrestling content like this. So before we get to the show, we actually seen the graphic that the main event tonight will be Sam Gradwell versus Trent, which was announced last week, and the first matchup we got into was Nathan Fraser versus Samuels, obviously with Noam Dar. So we had the match. Nathan Fraser had a match with Noam Dar last week on the back of their mocking previous 2 weeks before, and we had seen the last week match, which was pretty good, a very good match I would say. Both of them performed very well. If you didn't watch that review, please make sure to check that review. So the story of going into this match was, this match is on the back of that Noam Dar and Nathan Fraser had their match actually, and Samuels interfered by holding his leg onto the apron, which we had seen, which served as a distraction to execute the maneuver on that springboard maneuver on Noam Dar, and resulting in Dar getting the victory actually. And getting into this was the main purpose of this story of this match, going into the match. And the match itself was a good match I would say, well worked opening match, fun match I would say. Fraser's speed, athleticism, and quickness was being displayed there, and he had that advantage going into this initial moment of this match. And then we saw some distraction by Dar as well to get Samuels get an advantage, and Samuels actually throws off Fraser over the top rope as a result. And then we saw some power, and that becomes an advantage, a kind of a moment in the match where Samuels was controlling the match, and some power moves we saw taking control over Fraser. Multiple elbow drops we saw, and then Dar says to Samuels, he trash talks, and he's a mouthpiece, as you know. Dar says to Samuels that butcher slam on Fraser, and Fraser tries to off his offense, but anytime he Fraser tries to cut off Samuels. Samuels had his power advantage, and he just completely thrashes him with his power moves, and multiple knee to the back and gut strikes as well. We have seen to the back of the neck actually, and he was severely targeting his neck as well. And Fraser finally makes a comeback after some moments of control by Samuels, some minutes of control by Samuels, and Fraser finally makes a comeback, flurry of strikes and clothesline and Kobashi chops as well, which was great to see, and Uranagi to Samuels, and Daz then pulls off Fraser's leg this time and tries to clothesline, but Fraser ducks and he gets the forearm instead. Da again try to interfere, but the ref sees it this time, and Samuels with the roll up, and Fraser barely escapes, and ref ejects Noam Dar as a result of multiple distraction for Fraser. So top rope dive by Fraser then, and Fraser tries to do body splash, but Samuels with a Michinoku driver cover, but Fraser kicks out. And in the finish of the match, we saw Samuel tries the butch hook, but Fraser reverses into a roll up, but didn't get the pin that time. And then a springboard standing elbow, the same move that Finn Balor performs, his trademark move, and a frog splash gets the win for Nathan Fraser. This was a good fun match, the babyface win. This was a good fun opening match, a short story, well told, a good match, a big guy versus small guy kind of match. No dead air or something, fast paced match we can say. There was no control that much in this match. So this was a good match, good opening match. And next we saw was Noam Dar challenges Ilya Dragunov, because we had seen last week's Supernova session guest was Ilya Draganov, and he is making his hit list every time he brings upon anyone into the Supernova sessions. He is like one by one targeting every other, or he is being targeted. Don't know. You can think about like that as well. So second match we got, and this match is actually going to be next week. Noam Dar versus Ilya Draganov. Ilya Draganov is just a treat to watch, just like a Walter. I mean, a small Walter, I would say. And Noam Dar, if you know, he's also good. in the ring. So the second match we saw was Ashton Smith versus Tio Man. So Ashton Smith is a new guy. I haven't seen him. So they also said that it's a new guy. So Tio Man, we have seen him. His entrance is so good, man. His music as well, and he's a different kind of guy that I am seeing in NXT UK, and he could be a very good superstar. He could be a star in this brand, as well as coming to NXT in future. I felt like that. So we have seen his matches, and we have seen his match last week or 2 weeks before or so, where we saw he broke his Rogers. He had his match with Bro Rogers, and he was trapped into crossface, and Tioman just snaps him into the back, and literally that sound came from that snapping sound came from, and that was very disturbing to listen. So this guy is a very dangerous man. We know that he's like very sadistic type of a guy, kind of guy, just want to destroy every opponent. So the story of this match is that this match is on the back of a task, not a task, a talk that happened between Tio Man, and Tio Man just asked about the family and Oliver. Actually, if Oliver is the partner of Ashton Smith actually. So they are the tag teams actually, Ashton Smith and Oliver. So because Oliver was at home last week or something, he was just mocking and intimidating him, that like kind of saying that without him you are nothing, or kind of thing. He was laughing. So this was a kind of a simple story that it had, but the match itself was great, man. The match actually started off, before the match we saw the match, we had highlights of Tio Man, that Rogers thing, and then we got to the match itself. And early off, Smith with his amateur background with his takedowns and strikes to the gut, I tried to wear down Tio Man, and Tio Man rolls over to the apron for a breather or something, but he was into the apron. Tio Man traps Smith under the apron with a flurry of strikes, and we saw just slides him into the apron cloth, and he was trapped into it, and Tio Man had that opportunity, so he was striking, and Tio Man with targeted attack on his right arm repeatedly onto the ring post and drop kick as well. So such a nice storytelling right there. So in this whole match, both of them were targeting the shoulder, but Tio Man was the winner here, because Tio Man just didn't look about what I don't want to do, because he just was so vicious attack he was doing on his arm, on on Smith's arm actually. So then we got a drop kick as well, and then Tioman Street goes to lock Smith into that deadly crossface we know about. Great strategy there after damaging the arm, and you're going for the crossface, and that's great strategy. But Smith escapes, and he knows that he's in the danger zone, even though they both look evenly matched. This was a point I note about that, but Smith has that power advantage, even though he looked like just like can say a young Kurt Angle, or even you can say Josh Alexander or something. But his strength is very good, man. He just do power moves so well, and he looks good as well. And we saw then that power matching was very good. They evenly matched very well. Reversed into a vertical suplex. We saw that cross face, and he stands up and reverses into a vertical suplex, and then standing arm clutch by standing arm clutch by Smith, and was again and again driving him to the mat. But Tioman escapes by rolling that submission into a great transition into double stomp on the right arm. That was great, man. That was great transition. And then with a lethal chop by right hand by Tioman, and forearm to the gut, running forearm, man. Forearm to the gut is very nasty to look, man. It just we have seen in AEW actually, where there was a match for Anthony Ogogo, where he literally just that guy busted open him from his mouth. Blood came out. So that's very dangerous to strike in the gut actually, by a forearm actually. So then we got a running forearm. Both of them have injured shoulder and arms by Tioman, but Tioman was the winner here, because he had a lot of offense on that arm, on the Smith's arm. They both were targeting their own weakness. The grit and determination was so good. The drama was there in this match that was displayed. It was great to see. And Smith's power is unimaginable, man. His great power lifting ability for his size. He picks up Tioman by the head into fireman's position at a point, but Tioman escapes and damages him. that means the right arm, targeting the right arm again, and Tioman locks in that deadly stretched crossface. Actually, he stretches him, and Tioman finally gets the win. No one can get out of that thing, because it's one of the lethal version of the crossface I have seen actually. And he's very good, man. He's very good in the ring. His music, his character, and as well as his psychology, his storytelling. I like this guy. I enjoyed this guy. So very well good work match, great psychology. I enjoyed it, the drama and the determination, both of them. Post match we saw Tioman was not enough for him. That was not enough for Tioman. Tioman attack his right arm again and again. That puts him in that crossface. Tried to puts him in that crossface again, but is actually put this crossface again. He was tapping again and again. The bell was ringing, but his tag team partner Oliver come out and breaks it up. Maybe we can see Oliver versus Tio Man or something, or maybe a tag team match or something for Tio Man, any partner or something we can see. So great to see this match. This was the match of the night, I would say. So next we got. Ilya Dragunov thoughts on Noam matchup, which is going to be next week actually. Says he'll bring the violence and he'll close this thing once and for all. And next we got the segment of the tag team champion, and they comes and jokes. Tag team champion, if you don't know, is pretty deadly. I haven't seen many matches of them, but they are good. They are just like old mean wrestlers, like cocky heels they possess. So the tag team champion comes and jokes around with Jack Stars. Jack Stars mocks him about his relation with Piper Niven that is going on. She's helping him, and he challenges them both, and they tells us that they will confirm it with Mr. Saint then. But you do have a friend then. Good setup for a tag team championship match, which is gonna be in coming weeks. They haven't confirmed next week, so we will see next week or in the coming weeks or so. So then we got the main event, the third match, which was Andy Wild. No, this was not a main event. Actually, there is three matches in every show, but this show had four matches. Confused about that. Three matches. Third match is Andy Wild versus Kenny Williams, and Andy Wild is a newcomer. So Andy Wild is a newcomer, so I actually literally forget about one thing, that the previous match which had Ashton Smith was Steel Man. Ashton Smith was not a newcomer, so I say that. So very sorry for that. So third match, which was Andy Wild versus Kenny Williams. Andy Wild is a newcomer. Kenny Williams is shaved version, and he's very new. He has a new personality and all. Kenny take down his opponent. This was kind of squash match. Attacks his leg in different ways. Some power moves in display. Mule kick into the bad leg, puts him out in the right onto the mat. Face first. A talent enhancement match. That's it. Puts him into the right into the face first maneuver for new talents coming up. Nice. It was short. Nothing to say or wrong about, I would say. In 2 weeks, we got an announcement that Kaylee Ray versus Michael Satomura for the NXT UK Women's Championship. Video package of Kaylee Ray and Meiko Satomura was displayed, and this was a great package. They show Meiko's WCW snippets as well, stating that she's been wrestling for a quarter of century, but she has been never beaten Kaylee Ray, as Kaylee says. And this is gonna be great. This promo was very good, very a very good promo. And next we saw another video package, which was Joe Coffey and Rampage Brown. We had the match last week. This was the opening match last week, where Brown actually beat Joe Coffey, and they had a meeting after the match, and they were trying to have another match, and I didn't think about that it would be like this quickly, because this is gonna be next week. So two matches there: Ilya Dragunov versus Noam, and Joe Coffey and Rampage Brown second. But they're like forwarding this, taking this rivalry to next level, because Kofi wants to face Brown again. So Rampage Brown, he's kind of a he had the match with Walter. If you remember, that was a great match. I actually remember that. That was a great match. You should see that match. That was a great. This is next week. Great. Next week we have important matches then. So then we get to the main event. This was the fourth match. Different layout for NXT UK this week, because we had four matches actually. Even though the third match was squash, I would say, yeah, squash match. But the main event, match fourth, Trent 7 versus Sam Gradwell. This was a great match, man. Uh, Seeing this match was a treat, and the main event just delivered it, and this closed out the show very well. So the story going into this match was Sam Gradwell is not happy because of Trent 7 being on the top, because they had they had said that Nigel McGuinness said that they actually joined NXT UK at the same day, both of them. So they had that evenly matching thing. So Sam Gradwell, I was kind of not happy about how Trent Seven is being on the top, and he's kind of considered to be the founding father of NXT. And Gradwell has been opining on that every week, and it turned into some match arguments, and into a match and arguments and all, altercations and all. We all seen that, and then we get to the match. This was the story of the match. So Sam Gradwell want to prove that he's the founding father of NXT as well. So you can take away the founding father of NXT. He wanted to be at that position as well. So the match we started off. So Sam was disrespecting kind of cocky behavior that he was doing, hard strikes, humiliating him, introducing that angerness and sadistic nature Sam with strong effective sleeper hold then, and 7 escapes after some time, and a couple of chops and DDT and emerald fusion by 7, and that was great. And started to control Gradwell in the forward. Trent with a Phoenix splash, but Sam escapes and put that half Boston Crab, and converts into his own half Boston Crab, then 7. And Trent had that surgical knee wrenched in, flying forearm from the apron by Sam, was because Sam was out for 2 years and he had that injured arm, so that also played his it was just out of the injury and surgery, so surgical repaired arm. So this also played a whole new role to this match. The arm storyline, the leg storyline is so good to watch, and that's a common thing that we are seeing in every matches. And just if you say that it's over and over and again, but every wrestler had his own psychology, and interprets it and puts on his own imagination onto his match, and it's very great to see that. So then we saw going to the match, flying forearm from the apron by Sam, that was great, and just kicking Trent while laying down outside, and both are in the ring right now. Then they go to ring, and Sam Gradwell goes to the top rope. Sam tries to throw him off, but 7 with a superplex to Samuels, and Sam with a Sam with a rolling forearm, and his teeth flies off from his mouth, even though he was not was hit by that, but his teeth was seen flying off. And sit down driver by Sam, but 7 kicks out. Sam tries to do the splash, but Sam has his 2 boots up, and then 7 into a hard clothesline. And 7 says, "You want to be the founding father?" Sam says, "I am one too." And 7 chops him into inverted position and plants him down face first, and that's it. Trent 7 is the only founding father of NXT, and he's the winner. And so Mustache Mountain is on the top, because last week we had seen Tyler Bate actually won the NXT Heritage Cup, and now Trent 7 actually won the that title for founding father of NXT. So maybe we can see a Tyler Bate going forward. Not right now, maybe forward, maybe we can, because they are considered to be the top. So maybe we can see. So the top guys, the NXT UK champion, and these 2 guys, maybe we could see a number one contender or something, a number one contender match or something for the NXT UK championship. Just a guess for me. That would be great, man. That would be great. Just a respectful match would also be doing well as well. Face versus face also does well as well. So this was a great match. Story was good. Selling of Sam Gradwell was great here. Drama was there, excitement was there. All in all, great ending to the episode for me. And overall thoughts, I would say this is a great show, top to bottom. All matches were great, and I enjoyed it. As well as segments that were there were less as well, and which were the segments which were there was not kind of boring or something, meant something in everything. So thumbs up for that. So next week we are gonna get Kaylee Ray versus. In 2 weeks, we're going to get Kaylee Ray versus Michael Satomura for NXT UK women's championship. That's gonna be great. And this is Michael Satomura's second chance. Maybe she's winning. I think so. That's why they are doing this, because Kaylee Ray has been some kind of 600 days, 685 something days. She has been champion. So then the next week matches are Joe Coffey versus Rampage Brown. It's the second time match, and then we have Noam versus Ilya Dragunov. So next week as well, many very good hour of wrestling would be expected. So this was a show. I enjoyed the show. I hope you watch this show. This a very highly recommend thumbs up show from me. So uh, put on your thoughts on the comment section below what you thought about this show, and I will see you guys in the next one. Before that, be sure to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and be safe, stay energetic, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.